promised
Yeah,
you? Or is that...
I don't actually know what Simon's proposal is, and I'm not crystal clear on what Richard's proposal is. Do you want to break up the banks based on size characteristics, or do you want to go back to a kind of Glass-Steagall, or do you insist on both? What is it you're actually proposing?
In other words, do you just want to shrink all of these banks' balance sheets, or do you want to cut up their functions and separate the different kinds of things they do into different institutions?
What I have proposed, what the Dallas Fed has proposed, what Simon and I are suggesting, is that your exposure as taxpayers should be limited, and all government guarantees purely limited, to the commercial banking operation of a complex bank holding company.
I have to go to their question.
Richard,
I have to go to their question. How does that represent breaking up the big banks?
And that all other aspects of that business are subject to the same risk of anybody that conducts that kind of business, whatever that business may be. There are no guarantees. And you know, it doesn't take a meat axe, which is the term you used. The markets will downsize and restructure and reward those who are efficient rather than their having been protected by government guarantees.
With all due respect, Jen, I think I've heard a concession. Again, I'll go back to...
It's not a concession. You say, in other words, you agree with me.
Do you or do you not want the government to break up the big banks? That's what we're here debating, Richard.
No, listen, all we want is to break up the big banks.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Yeah, I want the government to set the rules, and I want the market to enforce the breakup.
And I agree with that.
Yes.
Okay.
We won the debate.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
The debate's over. Let's vote on whether or not I have a Brooklyn accent.
Simon Johnson. Simon Johnson, you have the floor.
Look, Paul, what we want here is an end to the subsidies. It's government subsidies that are keeping this financial structure.
Yeah, but that's not
place.
the language of the motion, I have to say.
So the subsidies...
It wasn't pull the subsidies, it was break up the big banks.
We want to break up... We won the motion, so let's go to the next one.
You strip out the subsidies in the banks. You are going to break up the banks. It is breaking up the banks. I want to go back to something Doug said.
In other words, you're saying the process of stripping out the subsidies